What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone had a good week. It is Friday, about 2:30. I just got home from work a little early, so I'm gonna start messing around with the Miata. Got some updates for you guys on the Miata. The head is currently at the machine shop. It was warped. They said that pretty much none of the valves were seating, so we're gonna have the machine shop straighten the head. They're gonna clean everything out, new valve seals, they're gonna straighten it like I said, and put it back together, put the cams back in. Pretty much it'll be a brand new head when we get it back. It'll be ready to drop on the car. So I think at this point what we're gonna do is once we get that head back, we're gonna put a new OEM head gasket on the car, put the head back on, do the leak down test again and compression test again, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be all good. If not, we might have to do a little bottom end work at that point. If necessary, we will go ahead and pretty much finish out the rebuild on the bottom end. We went ahead and ordered pretty much the rest of the mechanical parts we'll need to finish this up, so all the gaskets and stuff that we're replacing on the engine. We got the brakes, we got the tie rods. We'll most likely be starting on those here very soon. Also, second major thing that we came to on this car, we were debating for a while whether or not we were going to paint it. I priced out some paint at work this week and it was actually way cheaper than I expected, so I think we are going to go ahead and paint this thing. Should get a lot more money out of it with a fresh paint job, and this shouldn't really be too hard, to be honest. So that, getting ready for that is what we're going to focus on in this video. We have that dent in the rear quarter panel, which is the only really bad spot on this car. We're going to focus on that today. I'm going to show you guys how to do some dent repair. I'm going to walk you through all the tools I'm using and how to do it. So that is what we're gonna get into right now. All right, so you might be able to see, I might have to get a different shot, but we have a pretty good sized dent right here, but I have a feeling it's gonna come out pretty good. Now, generally you want to try and get to the back side of a dent whenever possible, but on this quarter panel, there's not really any access to the back side of this, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do that when you can't get to the back side. All right, so we're gonna be using this grinder to remove the paint because we need bare metal for this to work. Gonna be using this. This is a stud welder. It welds these little studs to the side of the car, and then once those are attached, you can attach this slide hammer to the studs and use it to pull the dent out. Almost forgot. Like with any welding activity, make sure to disconnect the battery before doing any welding. I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, I'm going to load a stud into the end of the gun. We're going to press this down all the way so it's making contact so it will actually weld, and then just pull the trigger for about 1 second. And that is now stuck on there. So you saw me tapping on the high spots there with the hammer while he was putting pressure on the low spots. Sometimes it's a good idea to do this. Something about the shock of the hammer hitting the metal sometimes will release some pressure and make it easier to pull out those low spots. We just got a package for the NB, and Eric is in a work meeting right now, so I'm trying to be a little quiet, but let's see what's in here. Alright, so we got the rear brake rotors, one of the front rotors, one still on the way. We got the head gasket, and some cam seals. Alright, it is the next day. Just wanted to catch you guys up to speed on where we've gotten so far. We've gotten the metal where we're happy with it now, and it's just about time to put some Bondo on it. What I just did was took the DA sander with some 180 grit and kind of feathered out the paint around where we ground it down. You want this to be a nice smooth transition. You don't want to be able to feel any paint edges or anything like that. So that is ready to put some Bondo on that. We're gonna do that in just a second. Also, Eric is down here wrenching on the suspension.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Well, our I think we maybe mentioned it, but our inner tie rod is very, very bent on this car. On this side only. Show them. What's that? Not supposed to be like that.
So yeah, we got some new. Did we get inner and outer?
Yeah, we got both, just in case.
Yeah, so we got new inner and outer tie rod for this side. Gonna get that swapped out. We ordered all new brake stuff, but we didn't get all of it. We got one of the front rotors, the other one was back ordered, and we got both the rear rotors, and we have no brake pads yet, so we can't really do all of that yet. But this gives us a good opportunity to go ahead and get like all this body stuff knocked out, though. Kind of at the mercy of the machine shop right now until we get that head back.
Yeah, that too.
About to get scared.
Are you guys ready for your Halloween scare?
Jump scare.
Jump scares. Here we go.
Tie rod edition.
Oh god, I hate this.
Every time. It's never not scary.
Actually got me. Ready for it. Boom.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Terrifying. I hate it.
Alright, I'm gonna mix up some filler real quick and show you guys how I wipe it. I'm using this 3M Platinum Plus Gold body filler. It's pretty good filler, sands pretty easily, minimal pinholes, I like it. I'm using a piece of cardboard because I don't have the clean sheets. You should try and avoid doing this if you can. It can cause some more pinholes, which you need to double check before you paint it because they will show up, but it'll be okay. Alright, now the Bondo's dry. 80 grit, sanding block, let's do it. Alright, so after blocking, this is what we're looking like. Pretty close. The top part where, kind of near the body line, kind of where it rolls over the edge, that part is still a little low. I'm also going to show you guys kind of these high spots and how we're going to take care of those. Basically, we're just going to take a hammer and tap those little spots down where you can see the bare metal, and then we're going to wipe this thing one more time, block it down again, and hopefully we should be pretty good after that. Alright, I'm getting close here. Now what I'm going to do before I finish this out, I'm going to wipe some of this 3M dry guide coat over it. It's basically just a black powder that will not come off unless you sand it off. What this is going to do is show us all of the low and high spots. We're going to be able to see what we're sanding a lot better and make sure we get everything sanded out nice, flat, and smooth. So we're going to wipe this stuff on here and finish this thing up. Alright, we just did our third and hopefully final wipe, this time using the 3M finishing glaze. This is going to fill in any rough spots left in the Bondo or any pinholes. It's a lot thinner than Bondo, so it flows out nicely. You can wipe it pretty smooth, and this is just going to give us a nice finished look to it. So again, I'm going to block sand this time with 180 grit. Alright, and there we have it. One repaired Miata quarter panel. I think this is where we're going to call it a day for today. This was definitely the biggest part of the body that needed to be knocked out. Everything else on this thing is actually really good. There's not really a whole lot to be done. This should go pretty quick from this point. All we got to do is take some things off like the door handles and mirrors and things like that for paint. and buzz this thing down with some 800 grip, and it'll be pretty much be ready for paint. There's a couple of very small dings on the other side of the car, like in the door, and I think one in the quarter panel. Those won't take long at all to knock out. We just gotta sand those and pretty much skim some filler over that, and that will take care of that. Eric also finished the inner and outer tie rod over there on the driver's side. All that is done now. So really all we're waiting on at this point is the brakes and the head from the machine shop. So like I said, that is gonna do it on this little part for today. If you have any questions about the stuff, drop them in the comments below. I tried to explain as much as I could. Important things to remember when you're pulling a dent is make sure you get the metal as close as possible as you can before you wipe it. This will make your life a whole lot easier. Like I said, use your dry guide coat when you're sanding to see what all has been sanded, and tap down any high spots with a hammer. But like I said, that is it for today. We will make sure to keep bringing you guys these updates as they come on the NB. Maybe 1 or 2 more body videos as we finish this up and get it painted. Hopefully we can get this thing running soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching. Have an awesome week, and we will see you in the next one.